Do you remember what the procedure was for taking off?
Yeah, first of all, you went out to dispersal by the crew bus. Then you got in your positions, everybody in. Everything was tested, the ailerons, the rudders, flaps, not the flaps, but certainly the ailerons. Then the engines were started up. First the hydraulics, I think it was the port outer, then the port out in them, and so forth. Get them running up already. Then you got the call from aircraft control and you taxied out and you waited on the tarmac, and then as you were called from the air control on the end of the runway, right, give you the green light, and you just went round and off you go.
And what about landing? What was the procedure for that?
Same thing. They called it what they call funnel. You're in, part of it called out funnel, and they call in so that you do a circuit of the airfield and you come in, and then landing in like that, there one after the other, and they call that funnel. That's when you're most vulnerable. The flaps are down, undercarriage is down, you're at slow airspeed, and that's when they took advantage with the intruders.
Were landings and takeoffs ever nerve-wracking at all?
No, I loved them. It's the best part of it, landing and taking off. Even now with commercial aircraft, best part.
When you were flying, were you always above cloud level, or could you ever see the land below?
Only when it's what they call 10/10ths. But if it was like this, you could. Probably the height of the clouds at the moment is 35,000 feet. So if you're doing 20, you can see. But as I say, most of it was at night, and don't forget blackout everywhere. So it's all done by navigation in G.
How did G work?
It was a series of signals, and it was like a small television screen, and there are two bars running on, one across there and one underneath it, with like V's on them, like that. And then as you match them up and you press another button, up come a map where you were. Show you exactly where you were. But that time we got lost somewhere over the middle. It didn't work, so we didn't know where we were. But yeah, I used to enjoy doing that, because when we knew when we were quite safe, I used to get outside and help Arthur with his navigation. Because one of my pet subjects that was when we were at ITW.
Were you allowed to leave the turret, or were you supposed to stay there?
Unofficially. No, once you're in there, you're supposed to be in there. But there you are.
And how much was it very noisy aboard the planes?
Very noisy. Drumming. A lot of guys suffer. I still have a bit of tinnitus. A lot of guys got pension for the tinnitus. The constant roar of the aircraft and vibration as well.
And did you have radio sets to talk to each other?
Intercom. Mm-hmm. They had what they call RT, radio transmission, which is another funny story. Is Stan Figg, our radio operator, he could swear for 20 minutes without repeating the same word twice. And at one time, we were coming back on OT on Wellingtons, and we were in a circuit. And down on the starboard side to me, which is the port side, because I'm in reverse, to the pilot, I called up and he's going, "Pete, there's someone trying to muscle in on the circuit, right, on your port side." Now, before that, he switches the RT on, asks for permission to land. Now, that goes everywhere. So Stan, he puts his head over and he starts swearing about these guys that trying to muscle in. Yeah. When we got down in the crew bus, picked us up, and then he went and picked the other crew up, who were Canadians. And they go, "Who is the so-and-so swearing at us?" Pete, the pilot, forgot to switch off the RT. Yeah, and it's gone everywhere. The Germans must have thought it was a foreign language or code. When we had to report to the air control, right? The WAF air controller, she'd had a fit with all the swearing in. So everybody knew about it, right? So anyway, we got roasted over that.